Welcome to the Legion Outriders podcast, your source for the latest Legion news, opinion, and analysis. And now, the Outriders.
How's it going, Outriders? Matt, Jeff, and Dan here, and a little bit, well, we're still alive. How about that? This is the Proof of Life episode. Still going. How's it going, gents?
Good.
Good. Though Jeff is looking a little zombie-ish, so I don't know how alive he's looking.
Yeah? Has the virus mutated? Are you...
No, I just think I'm tired.
Yeah. Oh,
From exercise reasons.
Exercise?
Yeah.
You were exercising?
I did, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, just a little bit.
Some fork curls?
Yeah, sure.
Some Stein curls?
Yeah.
So, as
good for you.
As a tabletop gamer, what is this concept of exercise you speak of?
You go outside. Well, you don't have to go outside.
No.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
No, that's a veto for me right there.
Yeah.
Started it off wrong, huh?
Stop that. But how's it going, everybody? I can't hear your answer, but still, I hope you're having a very productive time at home, as I think, well, I've been busy. But we've actually gotten in some games this week. We've all got a little bit of Star Wars news to cover, and also we've got some news from FFG about the backlog of goodies that are going to be heading our way. But, of course, first, hey, Dan, what's up in Star Wars news?
Well, we just had the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back.
Yay!
So,
I know.
And Fantasy Flight Games put out some artwork and like little quotes under the artwork.
Okay, let's finish talking about ESB. And I was doing the Han Solo.
It's related related to the anniversary.
Oh.
That's why I was saying
No,
it.
It's not.
It is.
it is.
Okay,
actually.
fine, it is.
Here
I thought you were just cutting him off and being really rude. Jeez,
No,
you're so
no.
tired, Jeff.
Yeah,
You should
in-
probably stop exercising. It makes you cranky.
In honor of the 40th anniversary, FFG posted some cool art. I think it was on Facebook. Some artwork and some quotes of their favorite quotes or moments from the series. So
And they did use some artwork from some of the current command cards, but they also used some artwork not current Light cards. So I think you had a little theory there, didn't you?
yeah. So they had Luke falling off of the Cloud City Tower.
Yeah, jumping off. No!
Yeah.
And,
And
later,
then-
and then yeets himself off the edge.
What was the other one? I don't remember the other one. Because I know they had Leia. They had coordinated bombardment. Her art was in there under a quote. And then, I remember the Luke one, but I can't remember what
That
the
was
third
kind
one
of the most impactful one with
Yeah.
Luke, and it was tagged as Legion. So either it was some unused art or maybe something that might be upcoming. Who knows?
Yeah. Just theories.
But that's pretty cool.
Conspiracies.
They've got some
Speculation.
really fantastic art.
I wish they
yes.
would do an art book.
I really wish they would
Or
too.
just sell prints on their
Yeah,
website.
or-
I mean,
or that, too.
They need money. We will throw money.
And unfortunately, they'd probably do the prints and then fold them, half over half.
You wanted a tube? No. Here, take this
we don't
folded
do that.
artwork.
Yeah.
The crease right down the middle.
Yeah, one thing I was hoping they'd do for the 40th anniversary, but unfortunately they didn't. I don't know if you guys remember the From a Certain Point of View book they did
A couple years back, yeah.
Yeah, that was for the 40th anniversary of A New Hope. And I was looking forward to, hey, let's get some little
Interesting.
short slice of life stories from
That'd be
Empire
kinda
Strikes
cool.
Back. That would have been really cool, but
Well, it was a certain point of view. That was just after Disney, right?
yeah, no, that was after Disney.
That was
Yeah.
after Disney.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to remember, but that would have been cool. I that's still on my list of books to go back and get a hold of.
Oh, you haven't read one yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah,
it's,
I usually don't like the short stories compilations because the quality can vary wildly. But I've heard that one is pretty good.
it does vary a bit in that one, but it leans more on, at least in my opinion, but hey, I'm a fan and a nerd, that
Hey,
over 50%
me too,
of them
buddy. Jeff,
Over-
how about you?
No, not at all. Neither one
I
of
think
those.
so. Yeah.
Too cool for that.
He's just angry.
But no, over 50% of them were good, and some personal favorites were Moff Gideon, or the guy who got choked in the office room. Oh God, I am losing my nerd cred right now. Jesus, Admiral Mahdi, who got choked out. One of the short stories is him filling out an HR complaint about that, and it is hilarious.
Oh, just
Yes.
like release him. Yeah. Wow. And then he got choked some more.
But in Mandalorian news, they announced that Timothy Oliphant is joining season 2 cast.
Yeah, I think we got this news just after the last podcast. So I like Timothy Oliphant. Like Deadwood had so many great actors, and that put him on my radar.
He's got some pretty decent acting chops.
Yeah, he's fun to watch in Justified. It's just not my style of show, but I did enjoy him in it. So I'm excited to see, especially, we're not going to talk about the spoilers because it's kind of spoilery, but the role that they have him pegged for seems really, really good.
I have speculation on that. Is that spoilery?
Yeah, because not every. If you've read the Aftermath books, first of all, I'm sorry. Secondly, there's a vignette, like a little short story between chapters that talks about some stuff that happens on Tatooine that it sounds like Oliphant's going to be fitting
considering
into.
he plays a sheriff and every other.
Yeah. I mean, it's more typecasting for him, but hey, if the recipe ain't broke. But that's exciting. I like him a lot.
But that just leads me further that Tamura is going to be more as a Rex character than Boba Fett.
Oh, that could be. That could be.
Or if he's just voicing. But anyway.
Yeah, I like it. I like that choice, though. I think he's a good actor, but he doesn't take himself too serious, I think, which is what makes him a good actor.
Yeah.
Timothy Olyphant. And,
yeah.
But, I mean, he does some good serious acting. So I think he's going to fit into the Star Wars universe pretty well. Most of their stuff is kind of campy sometimes, so I think it'll be good.
Yeah, and Mandalorian is still, as of recording, on track for October, so I'm glad that didn't get delayed with everything going on.
Yeah. Okay, what else we got? We got the FFG news.
Yes, so FFG announced that they are now going to start shipping. Let's see, they pointed everyone to their upcoming page, but as far as the Legion is involved, it looks like it's going to be the 4th, June 4th.
June 4th? Oh, okay, I thought we were hearing the 5th.
5th?
5th.
We don't have a calendar. I was off.
I do. Hold on.
I think it's the
5th. Okay.
Yeah, everything I saw was the 5th, but we have seen
Right,
some
it's
stuff
the 5th.
hitting tables already.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5th is a
The
Friday.
5th. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I'm wishfully thinking we were back on the old
back on the
Thursday
Thursday
schedule.
Yeah.
I love that way better than the Fridays. But everything should start shipping again. So finally,
Get
officially,
that AAT.
Iden, Cassian, AAT, vital assets.
Well, you got lucky on yours.
Yes. Well, I was hedging bets. And I implore everyone, if you do play at a local game store, buy from your local game store.
Of course.
They're all, mostly independent run.
And probably hurting pretty bad right now.
Yeah. Right now with current events, they are hurting real bad. So if
A lot of
everyone,
people, yeah.
if you have any opportunity to buy from your local store, buy from your local store.
That being said,
That being said, I did, and I am getting a copy of Iden and Vital Assets from Power 9,
Okay.
our local store here. But I did hedge my bets. I did wanted 2 Idens anyway to mix and match parts, so I actually ordered from Amazon and from Asmodee officially. But once the Amazon one shipped, I just canceled the Asmodee order.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, that's fair.
I was just hedging bets to whoever would ship first.
so when did she show up?
Literally
for you?
yesterday.
And then you got to play her in a game against me today.
Yes, I did. It was fun
It was fun.
until she died.
Spoilers. Damn.
But yes, the light is at the end of the tunnel, and this time the light is not Darth Vader standing at the end of the hallway with the lightsaber.
Jeff, is there anything coming out in that release now that you're looking forward to?
I mean, yeah.
No, that's too bad. All right.
Nobody cares about Cassian and K2.
No. Or vital assets or anything. Yeah. But yeah, that's good. Finally, I've had that stupid AAT tank prepaid for what feels like 6 months now. So finally get that, because my droids need some reinforcements. But what have you guys been up to this week in hobby stuff? Anything getting done?
Yeah, I've been painting.
You've been painting?
Believe it or not, yeah.
I believe.
So I've been working on clones. I finished R2, just got a couple touch-up things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Same thing with with C-3PO. He's like 90% done. I just have a couple touch-up things to do. So yeah, I picked up my brushes again and started to try and finish things, because I have a lot of stuff almost done.
Almost done, yeah.
Yeah.
Getting the finishing touches is always...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly done. Let's do something else that's more fun now.
But then I don't want to play with them because they're not clear coated or based, so I want to
Still
finish.
can't believe you clear coat your plastics.
I mean, yeah. As much as they're handled, I feel like it helps.
Yeah, and that is a shiny C-3PO you have, so
yeah,
that will probably get smudged
shiny.
up. Yeah,
I mean, that's just the normal wear and tear of life in the rebellion, dog.
Yeah.
Life on the fringe.
Yeah, I have to dirty R2D2 up and then clear coat him. So he's not shiny and new. He's going to be a little dirty.
Well, I mean, are you doing the Clone Wars or the Rebellion R2? I mean, he gets polished up pretty nice at the end of A&H. So.
Yeah. I mean, whenever he's out like doing his little operative missions, he's always pretty dirty. So
does he put on the tactical camo paint? And
yeah.
Don't want any reflections off his dome.
I just see him pulling the Rambo, putting the 2 black marks under his eyes. Just
they do push blood. Beetle boo.
Beetle boo.
How about you, Dan? Anything on there?
You know, I've said this before. I've always said, previous to the whole events happening, that I wish I had more time to paint. Well, I found that lack of time, was not my contributing factor.
Yeah. I think we both have discovered stuff we already knew about ourselves.
Exactly. So I've been extremely slowly churning through my upgrade pack stormtroopers to try to get them going.
Man. So on my hobby front, I rediscovered I actually own Legion models. I know. So me and Jeff finally got in. We got a couple of 500-point games in. I played Jeff on Thursday, just on the dining room table, and then you today, right before we sat down to record. But I was shocked because I think the last thing I did before everything went into lockdown in Nevada was I built like the B1s at the game store, and then I put them in my case and promptly forgot about them because I was pulling stuff out. I was like, oh, did I say B2s?
B2s. It was the B2s.
It was the B2s. Yeah. And I was like, I've got B2s. I totally forgot. And so I had to change my list, my already horrible list, and make it even worse by just slapping in some B2s that I didn't have ports for. But, I guess we can just jump into our games there.
Yeah.
But I also found out I've got a squad of Phase 1 trooper augments, the weapons, the weapons upgrades that I didn't realize I had too because they were sitting in there. I was like, oh man, I've actually got stuff I can go build. But anyways, so we played Thursday, 500 points.
Yep.
And I was bringing Separatists, and you were playing your clones.
Yes.
My list was absolute hot garbage, but it was just kind of slapping things together to see, because like I said, it's been like 3 months since I played anything. Yeah. I haven't been doing Tabletop Simulator because, man, that's an investment in time.
It is,
but I guess if I really cared, I could.
You just have to prepare yourself for it.
I don't know. Tabletop gaming, it's the social aspect. I want to hang out with you guys. I can play video games online with lots of people. But anyways, so Grievous, I had 3 B1s with 1 HQ uplink on there, 1 rad cannon, and then I had the super battle droids with the 3 red blaster upgrade.
Yep.
And then I had droidicas.
Yes.
With no upgrades.
No.
And that was tragically bad.
What? No, I think they did okay.
I mean, they did okay, but not being able to reliably. Well, and then Grievous had aggressive tactics, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, and then, please, what was your list?
Yeah, so my list was clones. I had Rex as my commander. I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. He had aggressive tactics. I believe he had recon intel, and that was it. And then I had 2 Phase 1 groups. One had a Z6, the trooper commander, the trooper leader, the one that
the captain.
The captain. Thanks. And then they also had the targeting scopes.
Yeah.
My second Phase 1 group had the shotgun, the captain, and what did they have? They had something else. I can't remember what it was.
I don't think they did anything else really. Did they have?
They had another upgrade. I can't remember what it was.
Recon or something? Or
no, it wasn't recon intel. Because that was what I did with my Phase 2s. Anyway, my Phase 2s, I had 2 groups of those. They just had the extra trooper and recon intel. And then I had R2 out there.
R2B2?
He had the comm one that lets him pass the order token.
Yeah.
Comm relay.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
But we got pivotal positions.
Yep, pivotal positions.
Dawn.
Yep.
And another thing was, and then the deployment, we were in the L-shaped in the corners.
Right.
I forget what the name of it is.
Yeah.
But we were playing on your Bodge Together board. You got some terrain, luckily, that you were able to bring over for the dining room table game.
Right. It wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It was pretty good though. So I wanted to get aggressive with all my stuff. I know that's what I was going into. I want to push Grievous down your throat and then just front load the threat with the SPDs and the droidicas. What's up, Dan?
Not to interrupt, Matt, but you didn't mention who your commander was.
It was Grievous.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, aggressive tactics.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
He just didn't have any upgrades.
Okay.
Yeah, there was much
just
to him.
one.
I haven't played Grievous in even longer. I've been playing Dooku the last several times. I was like, let me save the few points. Let me try Grievous out again. And honestly, it probably would have been okay, but... So I did get very aggressive. Unfortunately, my line kind of bogged down, and because I was unwise with how I placed my guys, playing the droids bit me in the butt. I thought I had them lined up well in the HQ uplink, but I forgot droidicas do not benefit from past the token train, so I would have rather found another 10 points to give them one, or at least do something else with the other guys. And then the pressure got so quick for Grievous that I was having to play just one pip, back to back to try and get something out of him before he died.
Yeah, because you ran Grievous right into the almost middle of my army.
Yeah.
Where I played R2-D2's little shenanigans smoke token card.
Yeah.
So I was able to do some moves with my units that I think messed up your plan. And then, but Grievous did benefit from that smoke token a lot.
He did. He actually, I think he benefited more than your guys. He kept him up a little bit. But there wasn't a lot of scatter terrain in the middle of the board, so moving protected up. We had a big vehicle center in the that was kind of blocking, but not a whole lot. So it was either you had clear shots or you were completely, obscured and you couldn't see him to shoot. So I was like, oh crap. Okay, so we got to move everybody up. But like I said, my stuff kind of got bogged down. Grievous got overextended. He got to go ham for one turn, nearly wiped out a unit.
Yeah.
And then put some damage with his AoE command card out, which was nice. Suppression tokens a lot of places.
It was, yeah. I just, I think the captains helped me out there because, ignore suppression. Yep. And then I just had everything, all 6 of my guys, 5 at that point, shoot at Grievous to just dump as much suppression on him as I could.
Yeah, and that definitely did, because he broke and ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just kept shooting him.
Yeah.
So that he scuttled away, as he always does. But, it was pretty good. You just walked the one guy that survived at him. It was like, okay, now 4 other squads just shoot him now.
Yeah. And then I think the next turn I had Rex with his fire support, and Rex was pretty healthy.
Oh, Rex was getting all the gunslinger shots too. Yeah. He was impressive.
So it was a nice display of what Rex could do if you keep him. I don't know. He kind of plays like a rebel where you don't want him out in the open. So you want to pop out, take a shot, pop back into cover if you can. So or line of sight blocking stuff.
But I think Grievous died turn 3?
Turn 2 or 3. I think it's turn 3.
It would turn 3, and then you just started taking off my B1s like they were nothing, as you do.
Yeah.
Because I was unwise with how I deployed them based on the terrain. And then the droidicas were forced to move or shoot. I wasn't getting aim tokens for anything because of the AI stuff. So it was just, I got to remember how to play droids.
Yeah. And your line got broken. Your little
command
it
got broken up real bad because there was one big piece of terrain in the middle I was trying to keep wrapped around, and it didn't quite work out because there wasn't anything else to hide behind. But it was a good refresher because, man, it's surprising how much you forget when you're not using the rules. But,
it was good practice for me too because I've been trying to get better with clones and token sharing.
Oh yeah, you were killing it with that, just back and forth, making sure. Yeah, those one man squads can still do so much.
Yep,
it's impressive stuff. But how do you like the weapons upgrades on your guys?
I like them. I think that
other than the Z6.
In that game, the Z6 didn't do bad. I had a phase 2 squad basically feeding the Z6 not the Overwatch, the standby token.
Standby,
with Overwatch.
Yeah, you got a couple standbys off on me.
So, you have clones out there with the Overwatch and the standby token and a Z6 and surges out there as well available to them, and aims sometimes.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. That was the whole plan there. And then the Pierce shotgun, I really like that gun. I think it's good.
Yeah, the shotgun's pretty nice. So as I mentioned, that was my first time playing with the B2s. And I think they were good. They seem to work really good with the smaller map, 500 points. I definitely consider playing them again for that. Just maybe retooled a little bit with some better support.
Yeah, they weren't dying off quick like the B1s.
No, the armor and the 2 wounds is pretty nice.
Yeah, if you can keep them in heavy cover moving up, I think there'll be a unit to keep on the table.
Yeah, and then just throwing out, all that dice.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, for those of you new to the podcast, historically Jeff has been the biggest opponent of Z6s.
That's true.
I think forever. Yeah. So when you guys told me about your game and I heard that you would run Z6s, I'm like, who are you and what did you do with our Jeff?
Yeah. Just one Z6.
One
just
Z6.
One. Yeah. I just the variance there kills me.
But it's 6 dice.
Yeah, but with aggressive tactics, with phase 2s out there getting surge tokens every time from their keyword, I think it's like reliable or something like that.
Reliable.
So it's not as bad as the Rebel Z6. So I could see a place for it in the clone army, occasionally. But I like that Pierce shotgun a lot.
Yeah, just getting Pierce on your rolls
Yeah.
it's so nice.
And the fact that you have a black die if you want to at range 3, while you're moving up, it's still good too. So.
Dan,
Yes,
then
sir.
we had a game today.
Yes, we did
just
have a
wrapped
game
up.
today.
And what a game.
Yes, I very gingerly put together Iden, dry fitting everything because the way she's designed, I think I'm going to have to paint her with at least the arms and the head off. Just with that chest box, you're not going to be able to access anything with the arm.
Oh, okay. I don't
Anyway.
think it's necessary. It's fine.
Yeah. No, we had a great game today. I ran Iden with a squad of death troopers and 2 shores and 2 mortars.
Oh, jeez.
Who was the hero of this game?
And then
Well-
my list, I trademark, flip-flopped, and then I played clones. So I had Kenobi because I've been wanting to play Kenobi forever.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do a mirror match. Well, I don't like to play the same faction against the same faction.
Right.
I own everything. Well, not everything, but I own armies for all the factions, so it's easy to go in. But so Dan was bringing his trademark Empire, so I was like, cool, here comes Kenobi. And so I had 4 Phase 1 troopers with 2 DC-15s, and then an R2-D2, and aggressive tactics and force reflexes on Kenobi, and I think that was it. I think
it was
It was
pretty bare bones list.
light upgrades. That's how I usually do, though. But we had what was it again? What was the setup?
It was skirmish. It was pivotal positions.
Pivotal positions again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Battle lines and
War Weary.
luckily I had
War
War Weary,
Weary.
yes, which I purposely chose.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
Empire plays that suppression game really well.
Yeah, and I walked right into it. Was
So if you haven't
was that
played-
the third position, or was it? No, it was number 2.
No,
You
it was
could have
number
eliminated
2.
it.
You could have eliminated.
This
but
is
you-
my first time playing with War Weary, and I
Yeah.
will never let that happen again if it's in my power.
So anybody who hasn't played with War Weary yet, it reduces the range at which you check your panic or suppression on your troopers. It reduces it down to range 1.
Your commander's range.
Yeah, your commander's
down to
range.
Yeah.
A minimum of 1.
So that panic bubble gets real small.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely, because guess what Kenobi wanted to do?
Yeah.
Get up in
He
my
wanted to be
army's
like
business.
Grievous, but more successful. But a more successful Grievous. But we set up, and you had brought your Star Tours board this time, built up for the 3x3, which is always so much fun to play on. But we had pretty good. It seemed like the objectives were loaded pretty much to the left side of the board. There was obviously the center, and then forward left, and then back left as I'm sitting.
Yeah, so we were set up pretty much straight across from each other.
Yeah, there was like, I think you had some shores on your left hand side, my right hand side, and then I had everything just deployed to the left because I was planning to just kind of murder ball and march up the board. Didn't quite work out that way. Once again,
I mean,
yeah.
Obi-Wan marched up the board. But
Or
none of the
Obi-Wan
clones
did, yeah. He did it with panache and style.
Well, you limped up the board, I think,
He did,
right?
yeah. He was
Yeah.
bleeding everywhere. It was kind of horrible. Let's
So I
get
got to
into
pull
it.
my classic turn 1. On skirmish, my favorite thing to do, of course, with death troopers is recon intel, and then tactical one them with. God, I am blanking
Offensive
today.
push.
Offensive push.
Yeah.
So that they get starting the round with an aim token and just try and alpha strike something off the board.
Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah.
But how many did you take? So you shot one of my phase 1s.
Yeah,
right?
one of your phase 1s.
Yeah.
I think I only killed one on that.
Yeah,
actually.
you only
Yeah.
got one because I guardianed a couple off with Obi-Wan, and that worked out. I think you took 1 wound off that.
Yeah.
So that started that train. But I think it was just basically 2 wounds out of that shot, so very light damage overall. Pretty happy with most of how my saves went through during the game.
You had some obscene saves.
Yeah. So I was like, I realized, oh crap, yeah, he's got the gun line pointing at me. So let's, my clones bunkered up behind some of the cover as best as they could. And Obi-Wan tried to get out of sight as best as he can during his move. And then Iden comes up the board.
Yep. So Iden, of course, she has recon intel as well. So she's already up the board a little bit. Move up with offensive push to get within that range 3. Mm-hmm. And I believe I threw my first shot at Obi-Wan.
Was it Obi-Wan? Yeah.
But I remember he had 4 damage by the time you jumped him.
Yeah, so I started taking damage pretty quick on Obi-Wan. I thought he was out of line of sight, but you were able to move your shore troopers out that turn and then flank him and get some shots on him that way. And I think you got 4 and I failed 3 and it was just bad. And I was like, oh no, this is Grievous all over again. Oh no. But the following turn, I did the General Kenobi. Turn and was able to get in with Iden. Meanwhile, my clones are just taking all of the suppression tokens. I think that was the turn, one of my units just gets panicked off the board because of the limited leadership bubble.
Yeah. I was just using my mortars to just pile suppression on your back line. To
man, it was brutal. I mean, I lost 2 squads, basically.
I thought that was turn 1.
Was that turn 1?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because they had 6 suppression on turn 1.
That's right.
Shots,
and he was like, I should have spread that out a little bit better.
Yeah.
I was like,
because I had actually forgotten the first turn that we had War Weary, and that you would run Obi-Wan up. I'm like, crap, I got to get him over 6. Yeah. Make him run. Oh, I didn't need to do that much.
Oh, yeah, that could have
just
been
had to
really
get him to
bad.
2.
Yeah. Yikes. But then begins the pogrom of annihilation that Master Kenobi
it was disgusting.
laid down.
Like, we got him down to 1 health.
Yeah.
And
for 3 turns, he was at 1 health.
And you just slaughtered unit after unit
after
unit.
it was pretty impressive. I killed Iden when I charged in, and then as my second action, I moved to lock up his death troopers.
And my death troopers got to attempt to punch.
They attempted to punch real hard. I actually got 2 crits through. But I spent a dodge and was able to 3+ my way through it. And then the next round,
surge tokens, and
he ambushed and then killed all of them. I think Exaxes was what it worked out to be. Yeah. And then was able to charge into your mortar the next round, which was near an objective. And it was a very close game. There was not a lot of models left at the end.
It was the last shot that killed Obi-Wan, right? It was your
he lasted all the way to turn 5. There was one round we had 4 dodges and aim, 3 surges on him from because he was surrounded by bad guys.
If that token stack gave cover, you would have gotten cover by that stack of tokens.
I will fight in the shade. Yes. But it was a really intense game. I thought I was done for from the amount of damage and panicking units that I was at in the early game. But
it was all your crazy hot defense dice.
Yeah,
rolls on
I mean there was literally the one round. I think I got
seven results. 6 results.
Yeah, I think it was 6 or something.
I think it was 7. You dodged one off and then rolled versus 6.
Yeah,
and then spent a surge to get that 7th. Yeah, it was like 7.
Yeah, it was.
Your defense dice weren't bad either, but then they started kind of falling off, Dan. So.
Well, when you get lightsaber to the face, defense dice can only do so much.
They kind of fall away a little bit. But that was an insane game, and it was a lot of fun. It came down because I was able to kill off your mortar that was on a back objective. We both claimed the center with R2, and you had your last unit of shores. And then I had my squad that I found out. You pointed out afterwards, your leader's not actually in base to base. I was like, ay, Dios mío. And
so it actually came down to points.
It actually came down to points.
But you had slaughtered. Obi-Wan had slaughtered a lot more than...
Yeah, luckily he'd done good by me, and I had R2 and pretty much a full clone squad there. But it was a close game, and I honestly thought you had it in the bag, but just goes to show, like Commander Quincy Taggart says, never give up, never surrender.
I felt bad because I think it was turn 1 or 2. I was kind of giving you advice a little bit, Matt, because you haven't played clones in a long time.
No, at least you guys have gotten instant tabletop, and clones in particular I hadn't played in forever.
So I was kind of like, hey, you could use Guardian right now, and obviously.
Well, that one I had considered doing, but I had misremembered the rule and how it applied, and I thought I wasn't eligible. But I was like, but then you're like, oh no, you can. I was like, oh okay. Well, that wasn't suggesting it to me. It was clarifying a rule that I didn't know I was getting wrong.
I didn't expect those shores to move out and shoot you though, and then I was like, oh man, they're gonna kill Obi-Wan turn 1. So I was nervous, but that game swung hard your direction.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
but thank you for the game, guys. We'll have to make a regular thing of this. I think maybe even do a full 800-point game at some point.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You remember how to do those, Jeff?
A little bit.
Okay, you just add more points. It's really not that much tougher.
More points,
Bigger
more
board.
space.
Yeah.
But any last thoughts on the games or any other news, things like that before we wrap up for next segment?
Well, we do have the unconfirmed rumors. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that or not.
Oh yeah, let's go and throw in some extra spicy. Well, actually, let's hold it for the next segment.
Okay,
let's do it.
Okay, spicy rumors coming up. We'll be right back, guys.
You are receiving the Legion Outriders podcast. Ending the transmission now would be most unfortunate. And now, the Outriders.
Welcome back, Outriders, and we teased a little bit of news there. Jeff, why are you teasing people?
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Jeff is the biggest tease.
Oh, you big old tease, you.
So this is just something that we've seen popping up in social media and through
Memes?
distributors. Not memes.
Oh.
That's Dan's area.
Really? You haven't seen memes in social media?
A little
That's
bit.
pretty much all it is now.
Yeah, that's all Dan sends.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And we
yeah,
love you for it, bud.
I saw it on Friday. I think that was the same day you saw it. And it's just, we've seen a distributor list of, hey, Anakin and Maul. I didn't see the Maul one.
But there's been claimed to be Maul sightings. He is elusive.
Well, the one I saw was Anakin. It was Commander Anakin.
Oh, man.
I don't know about the Maul.
I think Zach put up something that would be fun if it was an episode 1 Anakin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would be a little Andy.
Yeah. Commander Anakin, what do we do? Try spinning.
I hope not.
No.
Yippee!
Yippee!
Yeah. He wasn't a commander. He was a kid.
Yeah.
It specifically says Commander
You stay
Anakin.
right there in the cockpit of that saber tank. He's going to be a commander upgrade for the tank now.
But yeah, this answers a lot of people's, I think, request for Anakin.
Oh, yeah, because we need more expensive units. I'm excited for Amidala now, actually, after getting kind of back in. But yes, Anakin will be fantastic. I can't wait to see how he dicks over his own forces.
I'm sure it'll be
Can
something in there.
I say dicks over? Because I'm pretty sure that's the exact word to use when describing how I feel like his gameplay is going to be. Like, it's not going to be...
That's only if there's squads of
Good.
younglings.
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
field. If there's younglings, he just goes out and kills them.
Yeah. Just...
Yeah, I think it's going to be all about him. He will be a centerpiece.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he'll do something like
Similar
he
to
could
Vader's
reverse
cards.
Guardian
Vader
stuff onto
or
clones or
Palpatine.
something.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
Or
similar.
Grievous, where it's only he's going to issue orders to himself. And
Yeah. No, it's going to be the Anakin show, and I think it'll be interesting to see him as like a super solo.
Well, in the Clone Wars, how much was he? I mean, I know he did some commanding, but it was all about him. He
Yeah,
didn't
no, at
really-
the end of the day, yeah, he was the linchpin in every one of his plans.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
It was like, cool, some of you may die.
Yeah,
and
these
that's
clones
the-
are just cannon fodder, so I can
Right.
get to
I mean,
the
he
objective.
might, he obviously had his relationship with the 501st and Rex and all that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, yeah. No, there is that fault of the dark side we got to consider.
So hopefully we see a teaser article for that soon out of FFG, maybe June or July once things open up again. I don't know.
It's
Who
just going to
knows?
make me love Obi-Wan that much harder. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I
probably
really
gonna
like
get-
Rex. I think Rex is good too.
We'll probably get a Padme
fine, I
article or hopefully some.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Because they gave our friends over at the Legion Academy the Cad Bane cards, but has anyone gotten those Padme cards out there?
Yeah, anybody gotten... yeah.
We'll just ask FFG now.
Send
hey,
us an email.
yeah,
That'd be
send-
great.
Yeah.
LegionOutriders@gmail.com.
But yeah, Anakin, I could see him being easy 200, 210
Oh,
points.
yeah. Yeah, he's going to be like an unstoppable
Expensive.
killing machine.
Yeah.
7 health,
If
4
he's going to be
courage,
able to
like-
take out Dooku, yeah, it'll be interesting. And again, it depends on which version. Like if Attack of the Clones Anakin was much different from Revenge of the Sith Anakin, or even during the Clone Wars Anakin.
I mean, they really put Obi-Wan as during the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, so I have a feeling they'll do
So it's
the
going to
Clone
be a
Wars.
little bit Padawan, pre-Jedi Knight.
Because you have Padme is kind of in that same.
That's true. She's Attack of the
era
Clones,
or
so
whatever,
he's going to have a
yeah.
little Padawan dingling
Well,
hanging off
that's
his face.
that's different modeling options they could do.
Hey, yeah,
Two
just
different
have head
heads.
swaps
Yeah.
with the... it's going to be a separate glue-on octane. You're just going to go stick it on the side there.
One head with a scar, one head.
Yeah. with the flowing locks. But, well, if that even turns out to be a thing.
Yes.
Which, I mean, given, an infinite amount of time and releases, that, yes, we'll have an Anakin someday.
I think it would be very unlikely that we didn't get one. Same with Maul. I mean,
but the Maul, yeah. I mean,
Maul,
they already said the
it's a
Maul.
little contentious though in the community because everyone's like, he didn't fight for the Confederacy and
Shut up.
Yeah.
everything. I know everyone wants Maul.
I just want Maul.
He's gonna be badass.
I mean,
Was
they
he-
basically there was the Twitter exchange from months ago, right?
Yeah.
The last year, I think, actually.
and he felt more like an operative than a commander to me. But
and that's fine.
it's a game. It's fine. Whatever.
Find ways.
But are we gonna have Robot Legs Maul, or are we gonna have Phantom Menace Maul, or
We're gonna have cut in half Maul.
yeah, that's Robot
drawing
Legs.
it. Let's have Spider Butt
Two
Maul.
pieces.
Yes. Oh yeah, Spider Maul. I don't think Jeff has gotten that far in the Clone Wars.
I know.
But
about it,
either
though.
way, let's go to the mall.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the rumors that we've seen. Again, it's
good.
all
Okay, spicy rumors.
Speculation,
What else we got? We got. Oh, well, you guys have been spending some time obsessing about Iden and Cassian, and Dan, you're going to share with us some wisdom about some of your favorite loadouts now for Iden, since you played a couple games in tabletop, and now you've actually got to play today. And Jeff, you've got to imagine playing with Cassian in real life.
That's true. Yeah. What are we gonna?
I mean,
call
the
this?
models, Jeff. What do you? Jeez,
What
you
are we
kinda
gonna
drifted
call
off
this,
there for a second.
I mean, Diego Luna is very
Yeah, he got a dreamy look in his eyes.
It would be K2 that I would be more
That's true.
attracted to.
dreamy. Ellen Tudyk in a metal body.
Cool
Yeah.
robot skeleton.
Yeah.
What are we gonna call this segment? Because this is something new for us, right? Like the tactics segment.
That seems a little bit strong for our brand.
Yeah. Slightly
Here's some things
tactical.
we think might work, but probably won't.
Is it going to be like offensive stroll instead of offensive push?
Yeah.
Tactical maybe.
Offensive amble, yeah. But let's start tactics talks with Dan here.
Yeah.
What do you got for Iden, bud?
Iden. I've gushed about Iden.
Yeah.
enough
Oh, yeah.
already
We've
like
spent
that.
many a minute.
Yeah. But of course, Iden, her base card is 100 points, but that is a fallacy.
It's not true.
No, it's not true. You will be stapling her gun to her, and you will be stapling the ID10. ID10, 15 points for 2 health. That's
Yeah,
an
effectively,
obscene
yeah.
value. I mean, on top of all the other little things he gives.
Sure.
But that's just an obscene value. And one of those health is a shield. Uncredible, rechargeable. It's just crazy. So
Yeah.
Iden's base cost is 130 points because of
Okay.
that.
Because of the gun, because
Because
of
of-
the ID10T.
Right. And of course, the gun, there's 2 options. You're going to bring both. So there's no real question on what you bring as loadout on
Okay.
Iden. You just bring both guns with you. I'm leaning it's 90% of the time going to be the TL50.
Okay.
And there's corner cases for the sniper rifle, but in most games, I don't think
Yeah, I think you want to be a little bit more. You don't want her hanging back and just like trying to snipe things off. I mean, how much is the sniper rifle?
same. It's the same
It is
cost.
the same. Oh,
So
right,
it's just
right.
one or the other gun when you deploy. Now, I have watched some Invader League games, which if anyone hasn't been, definitely hop on the Discord, take a look at the Invader League games. There's a lot of good Legion going on when we don't really have a lot of opportunity to get a lot of Legion. And I did see an Iden mirror match. I forgot who was playing. LJ was streaming it, but it was 2 other players. Dang it, I'll have to go back and look that up. But the first player did do the dropping Iden in the middle of the board as an operative on the center objective.
That's bold.
Yeah. And,
That's some generosity there. So,
so the other player
tacks
actually
there.
did set their Iden back with the sniper rifle and was just plinking the entire game. And it was actually quite, it worked out.
Was it pretty effective?
Yeah, it was pretty effective. It was picking
Okay.
off the opponent's snipers, picking off the opponent's mortars.
I could see that. That's interesting.
So that was and it was kind of an edge case, and the way they were playing the Mim Band board. I don't know if anyone's seen that. Have you guys seen that Mim Band board on
I don't
TTS?
think
No, because
so.
you don't have TTS. That's right.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
watched a couple of games here and there for a few minutes. I'll stop in and say hi, but
But they were going it was Long March, so they were at the far ends of the board, and there were some pretty clean lanes where you could see.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, but yeah, like I said, 90% of the time it's going to be the TL50 because the dice on that thing are just crazy. For the training upgrades, my personal favorite, and I don't see a lot of people doing this, but I find a lot of value in Overwatch.
Okay.
Just because whenever command card gets her a standby, if you run her alongside Krennic, you get more free standbys. And I actually like to use
okay.
standby a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You like your standby.
I do like standby. I believe I use it more than anyone else I've seen do it.
I mean,
just to
Jeff
set
was
up
giving
traps.
you a run for his money with the clones, but
Yeah.
They're standby. They have standby shenanigans.
yeah, they get shenanigans. You just get solid standby
Yeah.
actions.
And then the other slot I either fill with offensive push or hunter because aims are good. All glory to the aims.
more aims,
Aims are
please.
good.
Yeah.
Offensive push usually because it's slightly cheaper and there's more movement shenanigans, as well as with hunter. I'm going to be honest with you with the Tauntaun nerf, and I'll be honest, my sample size is very low. But with the Tauntaun nerf, there's been a lot less multi-wound models on the board that I've seen. At least in my
that's not
my
our
experience.
little sphere of meta. Seems to be a
So
lot.
Hunter, I think, is losing a little value, but I could be completely wrong on this in the greater scheme of things.
Uh-huh.
Yes, there are some
Your
strong
mileage
heroes.
may vary
Yeah.
based on what you're saying. Sure.
Right. So, I mean, Hunter is a good to have in the loadout. Of course, you'll be paying a little more at that point, but I think offensive push is a little bit better than Hunter in that case. The other three potential training upgrades, Duck and Cover, I think has no real use on Iden. She doesn't benefit from extra cover at all. Tenacity, I've seen some people post on on the Discord with Tenacity in the training slot, but I know she has 2 red as her melee,
Yeah.
and with the droid that adds 3 more white, but
Yeah.
I don't think the extra red really benefits there.
Maybe
And-
that's for when K2 gets into melee with you.
I might have to consider that, I guess.
You're running that Royal Guard heavy melee meta.
Actually, sneak peek. I'm thinking on some of my 800 point builds to start throwing some Royal Guards in there because K2 is just annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
He is annoying,
Yes.
but in a good way.
And then
Stop resisting.
endurance. I mean, it's nice to have the extra loss of suppression, but at 6 points, it's just Hunter's better for the point cost. So
Okay.
not really any. Yeah. So definitely my personal favorites are Overwatch and either Hunter or Offensive Push. As for equipment, I'm going to be honest with you, Recon Intel.
Yeah.
Recon Intel.
It's basically free.
Yeah. I mean, there's some edge cases for environmental gear, but everything else is either non-synergistic. Oh, there we go. We haven't said synergy in a while on the podcast.
I was going to say that earlier, but
I felt an electric shock travel through my body.
I mean, that was like, I haven't heard it
Is
said
it just
since
cold in
John.
here?
So there are some edge cases for environmental gear, so maybe do your environmental gear as a backup to Recon Intel. But emergency stims, although she is awesome, I think 12 points is too much to stack on her.
Especially when you got a 15.1 that's just better.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah.
and
targeting,
she's already expensive too.
Yeah.
targeting scopes. You're using those aims for markmen. You're not re-rolling as much. Electro binoculars. She doesn't have the action efficiency to really waste, and grappling hooks. Grappling hooks, I think, needs an update to scale instead of just expert climber because
That's fair.
they're
That
just
would be kind of interesting.
I don't think
Well,
anyone uses.
I'm wondering if
grappling
like the
hooks anymore.
Ascension guns or something that the Republic will.
I don't know. We might see some updates
Yeah.
because you're starting to see some like the jetpacks. Do the clone or not the clone? Do the battle droid operatives, the little commandos, do they have scale?
They have scale built in.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll start seeing some changes to some of these older cards once they realize that hey, other people have access to these ways to jump or scale. If you're going to spend the points on the grappling hooks, why can't you run over to the side of the building and scoot up as well?
Yeah, and I mean in TTS, all ladders in TTS are marked as having scale.
Yeah.
Whereas
that's
officially in the
interesting,
whereas officially in the rule book, I mean a ladder should only give you not rolling, which is the equivalent of expert climber.
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's good.
and if you do, of course, take ID 10, you do get a comm slot. This I sometimes fill, sometimes don't. Honestly, I mean, HQ uplink would be nice if you have the 10 points, but that's a lot of points.
That is.
And the other little fun one I did try in one of our games, Jeff, was the comms jammer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That did cause some problems for me.
Yeah.
Disrupt you a little bit?
And since it's a cohesion thing, you can throw the droid forward a speed 1 in front of Iden because of small he can't be targeted. So you're really extending that comms jammer bubble up by a speed 1 move. The downside with that, and Jeff exploited this downside, is it also makes you a speed 1 move closer to being meleeed. Because yes, you can't shoot ID10, but if you run into melee with him, it drags Iden into that melee. So there's one small downside to throwing the droid forward.
You son of a gun. How dare you use...
You just wanted to give her hugs.
Long range comlink, she's going to be giving orders to herself, so that's not really a useful thing. And then comms relay, you want the order on her. You don't really want to pass that off to someone else. But
so your most case scenario, what your build is officially?
My build is officially the gun and the droid.
Gun and
automatically.
The droid. Yeah,
that's automatic. My next fill is either offensive push or hunter, and then I throw Overwatch on there for points. And that's my usual build. Recon intel if I want to throw an extra 2 on there.
Okay, because if you got the 2 points, yeah, why not? Cool. Well, thank you, Jeff. We've got Cassian and K2.
Yep. So it's kind of weird because they're
the tag team Bebop boys.
Yeah,
who
they're pretty good.
Breakdance down in Dagobah.
So you can't take K2 unless you take Cassian because K2 is a detachment.
Right.
So I almost feel like K2 is an upgrade that you're going to take with Cassian, similar to your ID10 droid. But for the upgrade, I'll get to that in a second. But for the upgrades on Cassian, the ones I like to run are duck and cover in a training slot, because that'll get you those suppression tokens, which let you roll more dice with danger sense, and potentially improve your cover if you're in light cover. And then recon intel, because there are cases where a lot of times I'll deploy second as red player, which I kind of like being red player now. But to deploy him as an operative, which I use him as, you can only deploy beyond range 3 of any enemy units. And there's been times that, not with Cassian, but with Jen, she has the same rule. You'll deploy at that beyond range 3, but you kind of want to take that speed 1 move to get into cover or to get into a better position so you're not out in the open. So I like it on him. It's even better on him because he has tactical. So after you do your recon move, you get an aim token. And then for his weapon, he does have a base weapon, but it's not very good. It's range 1 to 2, a red and 2 white with a pierce 1. But his pistol / sniper is really, I think, where it's at, because you get it's again range 1 to 2, 2 red, a black. You have long shot, so you can spin your aims to extend your range, and then you have pierce 1. And then
Pierce.
Yeah, and then he also has marksman on his card, so he can improve results with aim tokens. So those are the ones I run. I can see maybe cases for putting hunter on there. I had Overwatch in one of the slots as his loadout at one point. But honestly, this is what I would put on him probably 98% of the time. I don't even know that I would have...
Until they redo points balances or come out with some new cards or something. Gotcha.
It seems to... It doesn't make him super expensive. It puts him at 106.
Oh, that's not bad at all, yeah.
Yeah, he's... And, with his weapon, you can reconfigure to go to the sniper mode or the pistol if you want to. But with aim tokens, and he has a lot of access to aim tokens if K2 is on the board, you really don't need to, I think, flip that much back and forth. You're probably going to be running in pistol config most of the time. Because, again, why would I spend 106 points for a sniper if I could just bring a sniper team? His dice are a little bit better, but that's a lot of points for a sniper.
Okay, that's fair.
And then,
so where do you see him? What is his role in the battlefield with your force?
So the way I've played him is kind of center line. I try to put him up front, but on a flank, so he can work on 2 or 3, 4 units at a time. Well, not at a time, but without taking a lot of concentrated fire. I try to activate him, last first, so he can pop out, take a shot, and then take a shot and pop back into cover. Because he still rolls white defense dice, and there's only so much danger sense is going to do for you. I think danger sense and duck and cover really, that's...
You'll just be fully aware of the danger as it comes and smashes you in the face.
But that has saved me against Dan many a time.
Our TTS games, you've had some obscene danger sense rolls.
Yeah. He'll get up to 7, 8 suppression, and he's rolling, 3 or 4 extra dice on shots coming in, which all that stuff does add up, especially when you factor in dodges that he's getting either from command cards or K2 or, himself. But yeah, he's a pretty good unit. The tactical makes him good.
So it sounds like kind of you keep them up front, like you said, so to kind of keep pressure on that line.
Yeah.
Where Iden, it sounds like she wants to be more of the solo kind of operative role.
No, I'd like to move her up as part of my advancing forces. I usually have a Death Trooper squad or a Shore Trooper squad.
Okay, so just the Imperial gun
front.
line, just advancing up.
She has the slight difference of she is maximum of range 3, whereas most gunline units can at least reach out and poke to 4, if not at their full force with some ability to do that.
With weapon upgrades, DLTs, whatever,
Right.
yeah.
So I do have to move her up front, and I don't know. Maybe I have been too aggressive because I have lost her every single game I played.
But you're
in
not
round
dropping
two.
her in the middle of the board, though, like Jin.
No. I don't believe that Covert Ops, at least with the current availability of units, Covert Ops is useful on her.
I'd
Just
be
'cause-
interested to see some builds, though.
I think it works well. Covert Ops works better on the Rebel side with Cassian and K2.
Yeah.
Because I run R2 in my list as well. So I have 3 operative tokens. So my chances of pulling that token when I need it are a little bit higher, if he doesn't get an order.
And then R2's healing K2. There's just a lot more synergy
Yeah.
going on
Ooh.
there.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you need like some ISB agents or something.
Yeah, we need another not obscenely expensive Courage 3 or higher commander on Imperials. Because that Courage 3 bubble is just way too valuable to dropping her in the middle. Unless, like, the corner case of there is a center box, you have Long March, so the armies are the farthest away from each other as normal.
But Dan, didn't you know all the Imperials are spineless cowards? The lot of them.
What?
I think with her sometimes too, you might want to, instead of taking like an aim and a shot or a move and a shot, you might want to do that double move to get her into line of sight blocking stuff so that, you can play your 2-bip card and move out next turn and, lay waste with that.
Concussive Blast.
Yeah, concussive blast. So I think you're going to have to play her kind of dodgy, almost like a rebel. I mean, she is a rebel later, so.
No.
But,
I refuse to believe any lore that EA has created.
But I feel like with
HUEA.
her, you kind of have to play her.
And yet,
Yeah, you have to play her a little sneaky, I think, and you might be a little bit more used to, having that gun line,
The
and
rolling
having,
thunder.
Yeah, come on. And it's red defense dice. Red defense dice always say.
Yeah, they only go so far.
hello there.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to Cassian and K2, I think they're good in the middle, obviously because K2 can sit out in the open because he has the keyword incognito, and unless you're interacting with an objective or taking a shot, he can't be shot at unless something's in range 1. So that lets him kind of sit in the middle of the field and feed tokens to Cassian, and then Cassian can pop out and do his work.
Nom, nom.
And
It's
pro tip,
true,
if
like-
you're in range 1 of K2SO, you're within melee range of
Yeah.
K2SO.
And yeah, K2's melee is great. It's 4 red dice. No
Surge to crit.
Yeah, surge to crit. No keywords or anything. But yeah, I found that K2 kind of ends like round 3. He's full health, just waiting for something to move up close to him so he can shoot it or melee it. But yeah, I really like them. I think they're a good unit. In my list, I'm running them alongside Jin simply because they're both Courage 2, and she gives that Courage 3 bubble. Her command cards work really good with both of them. Cassian's command cards are obviously amazing for him. There was one that I wasn't sure I was going to take, and it's the... hold on, let me find it. It's the volunteer mission. I thought that one was terrible at first, but it's really good. He gains danger sense, suppression token, and he also, when an order is issued to a unit, that unit recovers. So for him, who's going to be out in the middle of the field taking a lot of suppression, to get an order token and then immediately recover, and you get to choose how much suppression you remove, I don't know. He's a good unit with a lot of tricks, and K2 backing him up is amazing. So excited to see him in person and on the board.
Just actually get a physical
Yeah.
copy.
Well,
Good stuff.
the next time we record will be immediately after everything releases.
Yeah, we'll have to schedule some more games in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to build that AAT up double quick.
And then I didn't talk about it. K2's upgrades. I really don't have anything on him. I wouldn't put HQ uplink or any of the comm slot upgrades on him, just because he's either going to get an order from Cassian or the other commander, or an order's going to pop out when it needs to.
Yeah, because you got three
the only thing-
operative
yeah.
tokens.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd want to see on K2SO is a pair of big cartoon boxing gloves, the bright red ones.
But I do put Jin's
for pummeling
blaster
people.
on him, because with Jin in the list,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it's only 5 points, and it's surge to crit. It's basically a 5 dice surge to crit Z6. So
It'd be tough to use a gun with boxing gloves,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, but I think that's the one that I would staple on him is her blaster. So I think it's
Nice.
range 1 to 2 also.
And as much as you hate Z6s,
Yeah,
well, it's surge to crit.
His is a little bit better. Surge to crit is better. And with his access to aims, he has a lot of access to aims, same as Cassian. So, yeah, pretty good.
Nice. Cool. Any final thoughts on these two to wrap up our tactics talk? TM?
I'm just happy.
Wait,
I'm excited to get her painted
No
up.
TM. Yeah. You and your extra copies. What are you going to do with the extra copies? You can do a Rebel version. For more than half of the game.
You've taken his breath away. Or knocked the words, or knocked the wind right out of him. One of those.
Wind out of his sails, yeah.
And I'm done.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. That was good. But very exciting. Glad to hear things are going to be starting up for Legion again here soon. Ideally, if everything goes well. As far as Patreon goes, we're actually getting to the point where we've generated a list for everybody who's going to be receiving the chance cubes. So we'll be sending them out here real soon. They should be all sent out definitely by the next time we record.
Yep.
But I think you've got a mail printing program, so we don't have to handwrite it all like the last ones we did. We got preview for the next thing going up.
Should be up when I post the podcast link.
Okay, so the next quarters, which will be going out in a month, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe just double print all the envelopes. Yeah. But of course, as always, a sincere thank you to all the Patreon guys, and you should be getting your stuff here real soon. But in the meantime, thank you, gentlemen. We'll catch you in a fortnight, and may the force be with you. All that stuff. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
This concludes the current episode of the Legion Outriders podcast. You may cultivate a tactical advantage by observing the Outriders on Facebook or Twitter at Legion Outriders. Wisdom advocates subscribing to the podcast. Acting otherwise is reckless.